Hey guys, if you are new to this channel, welcome to Active Football TV. Make sure you subscribe. We'll talk about football from the top 5 leagues in the world. Nice to have you, Mr. Wilson and Mr. Caleb, today in the show. I know say football no be here based on how Arsenal end the league and the bottle lamp. So more quickly talk about how Arsenal lost the league and the performances on the last day for the clubs before we head into the transfer window. So what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, let me go with Arsenal. Arsenal Wolves. I told you that guys that Arsenal will win Wolves to compensate their fans, but the league has already been gone. So anything that Arsenal did in the last day is a very good thing for them, so that to give their fans hope for next season. And I like how they defeated Wolves by 5 goals to nothing to show that they are still there. That even if they lost the league, that the Arsenal this season we saw is still the Arsenal. Yeah. So I'm really happy for them.
Yeah, Shaka signed off in style. He scored 2 goals, and there are speculations of him leaving the club.
It's not a speculation for me because it's a good boy to Arsenal fans. After the game, I saw how he was waving at Arsenal fans, and I believe that is the last game for Granit Xhaka, and the Arsenal fans respect him for that. And I really like Granit Xhaka, though he's the kind of player that is always aggressive, and I really like how he plays football because he's a defensive midfielder. Defensive midfielder must be aggressive, and for him to score the two goals for the last day is a very good farewell to Arsenal fans.
Yeah, quickly would actually dwell on the relegations. Everton escaped, Leicester, Leeds United relegated with Southampton. What are your thoughts of Leicester being relegated after being doing so well? They came up, won the Premier League, and there are some speculations out there that Leicester came from relegation, won the Premier League, and left, and Harry Kane have not won the Premier League. That's the jab on him.
Wow, yeah, yes, that is a serious jab for Harry Kane. But though I've already told you guys, when I saw the last features of the last match of the day, I told you as long as Everton is playing Bournemouth at Goodison Park and Leicester is playing West Ham at King Power, that last day will be Leicester and Leeds relegating. That I don't see Everton relegating. That Everton will defeat Bournemouth. I was expecting that game to be 3 goals or 4 goals because I watched that game. I saw how Everton played in that last, and this is the third time that Everton have escaped relegation. If Everton does step up their game next season, I see them going to relegation. But that last game, I see them escaping. I don't see them going to relegation. And I'm really sorry to Leicester fans. After Leicester winning Premier League and now they are down to Championship, it's a very, very big disaster for them. And I don't know how they will try to make it fast and come back to the Premier League. I know the Championship is a very hard place to go.
Yes.
So for them to come back very quick to Premier League, I don't know how they will do it. I know that most of the players will go. Your returnees have already announced that he's a free agent. I don't know how Kelechi Iheanacho and their brother how they will do, and so many of their players, Jamie Vardy, and as for Jamie Vardy, I think that Jamie Vardy will stay because he's already a legend in the club. So he doesn't have any place to go. He would like to help them for them to come back next season. So I don't know. Only what I will tell Leicester that is I wish them good luck and for them to come back quickly.
Okay, that's a good one. Can I hear your thought, Mr. Caleb?
Well, I actually agree with almost what he said. Leicester has really given us something to hope for the past 7 to 8 years. They came from the relegation, won the league, won the FA Cup, and also won the Community Shield. Most team has never done that for a very long time. So I'm very happy for them, and they should just go home, go back to the Champions League, and try to build up something from next season and see if they can easily come back to the Premier League, which is very difficult. We all know that going back to there and coming back is quite difficult because we know that most of their key players they are going to sell them. And likes of Madison, as he said, Telemas already announced he is a free agent, and we know that Iheanacho might not be there. I don't know for Ndidi. So it's a very difficult time for them. They should just hold on to next season, play their best, and see if they can come back to the Premier League.
Okay, yeah, a quick one. How would you judge Manchester United's season?
Well, I will go with Rio Ferdinand. We have a fantastic season. We finished top four, which was one of our main target this season for a new coach, which is his first time in England. So it was a very fantastic season, and heading over to the FA Cup final, which is tomorrow. We already won the Carabao Cup, so I think it's a fantastic season for us, and we did fantastically very well. even the likes of injury that really affected us, and how they really did well. So it's a very good and fantastic season for Manchester
Yeah,
United.
we'll be coming back to that game because I want Manchester United to win because of what Man City fight back to steal the league from us. I want Manchester United to win.
Well, I also want us to win, but I see the game is a very difficult game. But hopefully tomorrow we come out with something
Yeah,
good.
yeah, we'll talk about that. But before we talk about that, what would you say Chelsea's season was? If you were,
Well, in a scale of 10, I'm going to give Chelsea 3.
and how do you look at them coming up next season?
They're going to come up good next season. What they need now is they already got the right manager. Like I said in the earlier of this season that what they need is either Luis Enrique or Pochettino. Like that's the coach that's going to be a very good team for them. And luckily enough, they got one which is Pochettino. So I'm very confident that he's going to do well next season. So there are likes of players that is going to go out and there are likes of players coming in. Right? Like I know of very sure that Chelsea are going to offload more than eight to 10 players this season, and they are going to sign, but not as much as they signed last season because of financial fair play. So I think their season totally last year was nothing to write home about. They did not try second 3 coaches and eventually thinking you are going to come up with a good result is a very difficult thing. So I think they should just know that next season they have a bigger expectation from Chelsea fans and the board. So I think they will do well next season. And for this and last season, which has just ended, they didn't do well.
Well, okay, a quick one. What would you say Arsenal season is? Do they have actually a wonderful season, or what would your take be on
Well,
that?
for the past 8 to 10 years, we haven't seen Arsenal played like this. So, in as much as we have been laughing at them, in as much as we make mockery of them, let's be honest, they really did well. Because the Arsenal we see play this season, it's not easy to fight against Man City. Even the pressure in them and the score depth with Man City, which is quite different from the likes of you guys. Oh, you can see it. So I think I'm going to give Arsenal an
The
8.
perfect season.
Yeah, perfect season. They really tried. Even Pep Guardiola said for them making the Champions League is one of the best things they've ever done for a very long time. So I think they really tried. They have an inexperienced and experienced coach. Let me just put it that way because Arteta has not really gotten that experience to fight for Premier League trophy. So I think he really did well in his own ability. So it just depends on the board to back him up with players.
Okay, thank you for that. What would you say, Mr. Wilson, Chelsea? What can you demonstrate, or what can you tell us what Chelsea had a season? What season can you explain for us that Chelsea really had?
I will go with my brother. If I'm scaling Chelsea this season, he said 3. As for me, I'll give Chelsea 2 or 1 because the reason why I'm saying 1 or 2 is that we spent almost 600 million pounds in signing of players from January, from summer to January, and at the end of the day, we're sacking about 3 coaches without result and ending Chelsea 12th. It doesn't show good season for them.
Yeah.
This is the worst season for Chelsea. For Chelsea to lose 16 Premier League games is really the worst season for them.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. Though I know that Pochettino have a lot of work to do, and there are a lot of speculation about Chelsea's releasing so many players. I know that the likes of Aubameyang, the likes of Koulibaly, Pulisic, Robin Loftus-Cheek, Conor Gallagher, most of them. I know that Hakim Ziyech, almost all the Chelsea first team player might go. And now, the news I even read yesterday was Kovacic has already. It's like Kovacic is already expecting to leave to Manchester. He's going to Manchester City. And secondly, now Mason Mount is having contract issues, and there's some rumors saying that he has already accepted bid with Manchester United,
Yeah.
and which is not yet official. So, and now Pochettino will start his work on July 1st. So he has so many work to do in the team. So this is the worst Chelsea season I've ever seen in my life. So I don't really know. And I believe that Pochettino will really do a hard work for the team. And after the match, James came out and was apologizing to Chelsea fans that they shouldn't be angry about how the season went, but next season they will step up. And I believe that next season it will be a different case. And I believe that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, tracing Chelsea's difficult season and disappointing performance, would you say Abramovich selling the club? I think the problem should start from there. Are you not citing the problem from there, or don't you see it that way?
For Abramovich selling the club is not his fault. It was the pressure of British government. So it's not his fault selling the club. And now he doesn't have any option. If not, the club will go to England. It will go to British government. So for him to choose constitutional of Tolbeli, he believes that Tolbeli is the right man, because so many people came for the club, even around the country. So he decided to give it to Boli. But the problem that I see that Boli did in that club was it's not he rushed the sacking of some technicals and some officials, the lack of Peter check, and the lack of the
That was a poor move.
yes. I did not expect him to rush and sack Peter check and Marina. So all these things cause and the worst thing that happened to Chelsea this is when to rush and sack Tomoteche. Tomoteche was signing the players he want to use and then he rush and sack him and that has scattered the dressing room.
Because
So
he was
yes,
requesting for players he wanted.
because he wanted to build his own team with his own player. So for him to rush and sack Tomoteche, it's not a wise decision. I don't expect him to sack Tomoteche, and I believe he has learnt his lesson. So I believe that next season he will calm down for him to take decision.
Do you think Chelsea can have a miracle just like that next season?
It's not just a miracle. It's something that they will progress gradually,
With
gradual
time?
process.
Meaning
It's
you
not
will
something
come
they
up in
just
2 seasons or 3 seasons better?
nobody knows because the players that Chelsea have, if Pochettino can give them winning mentality and give them what they should know, those boys in 2 to 3 months they can combine it they can combine most of them and before you know they will start cooking out something and according to the news 2 days ago Pochettino have decided that he doesn't want John Felix and who John Felix is going back to Atletico Madrid and that is a very good first step for him to make and I'm really happy for him to make that step
So,
because we cannot beat a team to a player who is on loan. We need to beat a team to a player
yeah,
who belongs to Chelsea.
Chelsea.
So for him to say that he doesn't want Joao Felix, I'm really glad in that move.
Okay, thank you so well. You have spoken quite well. So where do you see Chelsea heading to into the transfer window? I think let's quickly delve into there. But before we quickly rush into there, there is a final that played and Sevilla won. I think given statistics from Spanish finals to English teams back in from 1999, they are saying English teams have been so poor in European finals, and Sevilla are winning their seventh Europa League in quite so many years. Are they the kings of the Europa League?
Uh, if I will go that yes, I will go that Sevilla is king of Europa League because you know since I started watching football and I've known what is football, I've not seen Sevilla have gone to UEFA Europa League final and lost. Even the last time they met Liverpool at the Europa League, they defeated Liverpool by 3 goals to nothing. For them to make that statement is not a very bad statement today because they have been there whenever they goes to that final, they always win. Even this last one they defeated Roma. I was expecting Roma to win that game because of Mourinho's factor. But when I saw what Mourinho played, he played fantastic well first half. Then second half, I was expecting to come out, even if it's for first 15 minutes, to come out and play against football against Sevilla. Then he went back, sitting back, and before you know, under 10 minutes, Sevilla equalized. That was
It's an
when
own goal.
that was when I knew that Roma would not win this guy, and they went out going to penalty shootout, and they defeated by penalty shootout. And I don't really know. I would still say kudos to Sevilla, and they are really the master of Europa League.
Okay, that's good on you. Manchester City, Manchester United, a derby and an FA Cup final to Savo. So, what do you think heading into that game tomorrow?
You
Who
know,
is your favorite,
uh,
and who do you think will win the game?
seriously, this is a final. And final is a game of a one game. It's not a game of you say this is person is at home, this person is at home. It's a Wembley match, and this is a game that is a Manchester derby. I know that this season that Manchester City has been fantastic. He cannot write off their season because their season has been so fantastic. And Guardiola is trying to go for triple in this season. He has already won the Premier League. He's in the FA Cup final. He's in Champions League final.
Do you
But
feel
that
City can achieve that? You mentioned the
it's
treble.
possible. It's not possible though. The match against Manchester United is a game that I can't have Manchester United off because I always tell him every day that I know that so many people giving Manchester City to defeat Man U by 3 goals or 4 goals or nothing. I tell him no that game is a game of final that before anything can happen. Final is a game that you cannot just come and predict the bigger team to win the smaller team because as it stands now it's as if Manchester City is more higher than Manchester United. I remember that was about 250 or 216. Yeah, either 215 or 216 that Manchester City played against Wigan, and Wigan is already in relegation. Wigan went to the relegation that season. At the end of the day, Wigan defeated by 1 goal to nil. So at the end of the day, so that's what I'm trying to tell you. FA Cup final is a final that anything can happen in football.
So, what's your final prediction?
My final prediction, though, I know that they have been good, and Manchester United is also trying because of the coach they have. But I see Manchester City to remove them. But it's not a goal. It's not a match of a big margin of highest they win Manchester United by 2 goals to one or 1 goal.
Do you agree with him, Mr. Caleb?
I actually disagree with him because it's my club. So even if we are not playing that tiki taka, but I feel like we are going to come up with something good in that game. I'm just praying we should score first because if we should score against Gadara first, you actually disorganize his plan. Even though he has scored first against us, and we virtually won the game, which is at Old Trafford,
Uh-huh.
which was the 2-1 win.
You can also
So
do that.
yeah, you can also do that, but Gadara is more humble and more disorganized when you score him first. So it disorganizes his tactics. So I believe we are going to come up in that game with
Something
something
spectacular.
special about the game. So I'm giving a Manchester United a 2-1 winner over Man City.
And I believe that scoreline will come into fruition. And I believe United should go all the way to seal the trophy. A quick one to transfer windows. The first one we have here, Marco Asensio decides to join PSG on a long-term agreement. What is your take on Marco Asensio leaving Real Madrid after quite some years?
Well, I would want to be in a club that the coach doesn't believe in me. If I was Marco Asensio, so I think it's a very good decision for
And
him.
it's a player of a huge talent.
Yeah, it's a very unusual. He still have time more time in football. You can see when the likes of Zidane was there, he was one of the best player in Zidane area in Real Madrid. So I think that step is a very good step. If the deal eventually works, it's a very good step for him, and I'm very sure he's going to do well in Paris Saint-Germain.
Manchester City granted permission to speak to Matteo Kovacic by Chelsea. Chelsea letting players go. What is your take on that?
Well, I think Chelsea has actually know who they want next season. So I think anything you see them doing now, they are fine that this is not going to work in or balance with the item of play we are going to play next season. And I've seen before Chelsea could have agreed that talked. They have already talked to Pochettino, and Pochettino has said, okay, this guy might not actually work in my team. So I think it's a very good and it's a plus up for Man City because if when you have Godogan, then I see Man City also terrorizing EPL next season because they will have more options in the midfield.
Yes, was
so
squad depth.
Kovacic going to there, they have Godogan, they have KDB. It's going to be a very difficult for teams next season. But I pray they will not win it next season. But
Okay.
it's a very good progress if Man City should get Kovacic.
Mr. Wilson, do you agree with your manager pushing of Kovacic? I think he has been one of a very good player over a few years now.
Yes, I love the way he plays football because he's the kind of player that whenever he's with the ball, he doesn't look whether if you spoil the ball or not. He like moving forward with the ball, and the can Kovacic leaving Chelsea to Manchester City. He's a boast for Manchester City. According to what he just said, that Manchester City midfield we have so many options, but and the reason why I say that the reason why I say that Manchester City want to sign Kovacic is that I believe that if Gundogan might leave Manchester City, that's the reason why they want to use Kovacic as a backup. So
Okay.
for him to go to Manchester City is a very big boost for them. But I was expecting Chelsea, even if they want to sell Kovacic, they should sell it to Bayern Munich, not Manchester City. He is making Manchester City more stronger. So for him to go to Manchester City, it's a very loss for Manchester City.
Okay. Do you believe that Enzo Fernandez was overpriced? Because a whole lot of speculations are out there that he was overpriced from Benfica.
I don't think so because nowadays football is not like before. You sign player 10 million pass, 3 million pass. For you to sign the player of the likes of Enzo Fernandez, though the reason why Chelsea signed Enzo Fernandez up to that amount because of the contract he has with Benfica. So I don't see I don't see it as overpriced. If so many people are saying it's overpriced, if you watch since he came to Chelsea and what he has been playing in Chelsea, we know that he's a fantastic player. So there's no need of me saying that he's overpriced. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Your former player, Oscar, I think he have deep affections for your club, and he is saying he would love to come back to Chelsea
Yeah,
at age 32.
yes. That has always been Oscar's dream. He said that one day that he believes after finishing his career in China that he would like to come back to Chelsea because Oscar is a player that loves Chelsea so much. He loves the club so much that he don't he leaving the Chelsea was because of the money and I don't blame because the amount of money that China club came to pay for him it was tempting and huge. Chelsea will not let it go, so they decided to let him go.
The Saudi Arabians are trying to, this is, well, I say, over brought the market with a different kind of money. I think there's something I read that there is money and there is Saudi Arabian money. Because a deal was offered to Karim Benzema yesterday, a mouth-watering deal. What is your take on that deal?
If I will say this, and if I'm Karim Benzema, I will say I will need to move out from Madrid because as it stands now,
I think it's over his peak.
The president of Real Madrid is not ready to give Karim Benzema another contract, and I believe that it's time for Benzema to move forward because
He has been a loyal servant over the years.
He didn't need to move out to look for the money because he's getting old. So in 2 to 3 years now, before you know, you will not hear the likes of Karim Benzema anymore. So I would like him to move.
Yeah. What is your take on Bayern Munich refusing to trigger João Cancelo? And João Cancelo does not want to play for City again.
That has been Bayern Munich's way of taking loan players. They don't like playing loan players more much. Even when Coutinho went to there, that was the same thing they did. So for João Cancelo,
then why loan a player who you don't want to play?
I don't know the pattern of loan. That was how they do. That was how Bayern Munich always do. Each player they talk about. For João Cancelo, I don't know. He's a very good player, but for him to be in this situation, I don't know. Only what I can say for him now, if Arsenal can trigger a deal for João Cancelo, it will be a very big ghost for Arsenal because Arsenal don't have an outright right back apart from Ben White. And Ben White is not an outright right back. Arsenal are just using it based on the defensive option. So if Arsenal can go for João Cancelo, and it's going to be a very good
a quick one to you. How many players do Chelsea need to be at the top of the Premier League?
As it stands now, what Chelsea need most like a defensive midfielder. A defensive midfielder that can allow Enzo Fernandez to play as a central midfielder. Because of the lack of defensive midfielder, that's the reason why he's playing more deeper on the defensive midfielder. But what I think that Chelsea is going to do now, they are going for a defensive midfielder and have options of defensive midfielder, which is Moses Caicedo and Manuel Ugarte of Sporting Lisbon. So I think they are going for the defensive midfielder.
Okay, a quick one over to you. Before we run off to the under-20s World Cup hosted by Argentina, which players do Manchester United need to be crowned champions come next season?
Well, I think we don't actually need much. I think we need a backup goalkeeper to compete with the game because right now, if Manchester United is able to possess football, you need to play from the back. You see what the likes of Brighton are doing this season. So I think we need a backup goalkeeper. We need a defender because Varane is weak. I'm very sure that Maguire is going. So I think if we can get that Kim Him from Napoli, yeah, it will be very good. So I also need a backup defensive midfielder for the likes of Casemiro and sometimes Casemiro when he gets a yellow card and he's still new with the Premier League. So when he gets a yellow card, he finds it difficult in being in the game. So he kind of struggle ever since he got that red card. The second red card, we have been seeing him struggling. So we need another defensive midfielder. We need a outright number 9. This is what Manchester.
Because there are rumors surrounding you and Harry Kane.
Yes, we need the outright number. If you can get Harry Kane at a good price, because I know
Daniel Levy would want
to make a lot of money from Manchester United, which I don't think it will be possible. So Harry Kane is advanced, so he wants to collect about 80 to 100 million. So we need an outright number 9. We cannot keep on depending on Marshall. We are seeing he has just go back to injury. He's not going to play tomorrow. And I don't really think Manchester United need Mount, but the coach knows better. I think next season is going to play double 10 or double 8. So anyhow he wants to play, but I think what we need is a defender, a goalkeeper, and a outright striker.
Okay, yeah, a quick one. There a whole lot of transfer window coming up, and we'll be talking about a whole lot of things going on. I think Arsenal in for Rice and Cancelo, and I believe those two players will do a whole lot good for Arsenal going forward.
Well, if Arsenal should get Rice will fit into the team than Cancelo, because Cancelo plays the likes of the same pattern of ball with Thomas Partey.
So, the manager can employ.
Yes, Cancelo doesn't really go much up front. So but Rice is kind of for that is both in and out of the box. So I think Rice will be a better option for you guys than
thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to do a quick roundup on Nigerian performance in the World Cup so far. What are the young boys doing, and what are they playing that makes you love them so much?
Well, I've been following up their games. I watched their game against Italy. I watched their game against Brazil. I watched their last match against Argentina. The performance was absolutely amazing. I wish our senior team,
Can
our Super
copy
Eagles can
copy
just
the
do
likes
like
in them.
this. I'll be very happy with
So
them.
do you feel we'll be crowned champions?
Well, we still have tough people ahead. The likes of South Korea, we are going to play. They are very strong team. Brazil, see that. In as much as I believe we sold that match, I keep telling him, in as much as I believe we sold that match to Brazil, I think if we should meet Brazil again, I think we will beat them. But let's take it step by step. If we can beat
What's your
South Korea
final prediction?
against South Korea, I think we are going to come out with the 1-0 win against them.
Okay, please, I would love to know your final prediction, Mr. Wilson.
My final prediction that game, I see Chelsea beating. I see Nigeria beating South Korea by 2 goals to 0.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for being around the show today. Love to have you guys next time. Subscribe, share, engage with us in the comment section. We love you. Bye.